high in the air and catchable. Blanco hits a no-hitter for Tim Lincecum. That'll be a 3-2 to Machado.
Now from Citi Field in Flushing, New York, we welcome you to another edition of Baseball. And before we progress any further, let's have a quick look at our two starting lineups for tonight. Chris Miller. Now a hard hit ball back up the middle. A dive, but he can't knock it down. It's through for a base hit. And now a ball sliced hard on the ground. And this gets past him at third as it hugs the line. A fair ball. And they won't get him at third. A hit here in the inning to maybe get him a run after all. Now a swing and a high fly ball, and this one has some carry on it to deep right field. And that is into the right field seats. It's a home run. So it's a 3-run shot to strike.
Good.
Here we go.
Now a swing and a little bouncer softly hit to the right side of the mound. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
Wow. Sure.
Chris Miller. And he misses with that one for ball 4. So that'll put runners on first and second. Changed up on him there, but it's hit pretty well out toward deep left field. Miller is there to make the catch, and they'll escape the bases. Chris Miller.
Hey, let's go, big fella.
Now a swing, and the barrel of the bat breaks in two that time. They get the force at the plate. Relay to first is too late, so no double play, but no run. He's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's a free and easy the whole way through.
Hey, have a rip, kid. Here you go.
Hit hard to second.
All right, make a turn, make a turn.
Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
How fast his heart is beating right now, but he's on it all the way, and he winds up making the play.
And he gets some pretty good wood on it here as this is lifted to fairly deep left. Miller is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first.
And with all the...
Shane Victorino with a grand slam, and the Red Sox have the lead. 5-2 Boston. Victorino pumping his fist as he rounded first base.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Here's that curve. Swing and a drive. Way.
Tie game in the 9th. Jay grounds one. Pedroia makes the play.
So we're going to see a pinch hitter here with the bases empty and one gone in the inning.
One down, one down.
And now the second pitch of the inning is in the air to right. Elmore will wait on it. And that's out number 2.
And none more dramatic than this one right here, right now.
Now from the borough of Queens in Flushing, New York, MLB The Show has baseball from beautiful Citi Field. And before we close in on first pitch, a look at the starting lineups here for the finale. Chris Miller will dig.
Put that changeup below his knees, you won't come within a foot of him.
And he struck him out. Chris Miller. And this is a swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt as they'll need to throw down to first. Throw to first will take care of him. Score it 2 for the 4th. Now a slider that swung on and hit in the air out toward left. Miller comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the first out. Chris Miller will stand in now.
Sometimes it's really easy to dwell on those, but you have to keep looking forward. It's not easy, but you've got to do it.
And I think the green light will be warranted here. It's a home run. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field, and even 30 home runs on the year. And with it, the Cubs have moved out in front now 4-0.
Well, he was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts coming into the at-bat, but he takes out some frustrations on that swing. He got every bit of that one.
Spot so far, so this might be his first real test of the ball game.
Big swing there as it's hit pretty well out toward deep left field. Miller has to retreat a bit, but he gets there for out number 1. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base.
Well, you know, he tried to go the other way with this ball, but he got under it just a little bit, and it's an easy play out there in left field. Takeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
Hit hard back up the middle. That's in there. Base hit. Around third is Castro on his way home. And the run will score from second base as they've upped it now to 8-1.
This guy.
Chris Miller. Another 0-2 coming. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the third.
Just a no-hitter. Oh, what a celebration on the field.
Here's the 3-1. Swinging a drive. Down the right field line. It is.
Now from the windy city of Chicago, there's a beautiful look at fabled Wrigley Field. And before we get too much further, here's a look at each manager's starting lineup here for the opener. Chris Miller will stand in. Now a swing, and he pops him up. This is right out in front of the mound. And Ramos will look up and make the catch to retire. Chris Miller. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. And a fastball here is swung on and lifted in the air to left. Miller is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. His last time. Now a ball lined toward the gap in left center. Miller is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Chris Miller.
Well, this is a part of the order that he's really got to worry about. And they can turn a good outing into a bad one pretty darn quickly.
And he threaded first and one away.
You can bet he's going to see some fastballs in this at-bat. I'd be looking dead red.
And this will bounce up against the ivy now. At bats of the ball game to this point, as he'll do so with the bases loaded.
And that key hit still hasn't shown up yet. Like you say, you got the bases loaded. You just wonder how many.
And the run will score from third on the sacrifice fly. And Chris Miller. Swinging a shot back up the middle, and that'll get through into center field for a base hit. Throw will hold that runner at second base, and now there are 2 on with 2 out.
You talk about getting the bat head out in front. This is rifled up the middle. Can't square up a baseball any better than that.
Catch on that one. Springing to the top of the wall, he holds it in. Are you kidding me? You don't get much better than that. Hernandez celebrates the great catch up.
It's been 100 years of baseball and counting at this place. And before we progress any further, let's have a quick look at our 2 starting lineups for tonight. Chris Miller will stand in. Sliced hard the other way, and that'll get down for what should be extra bases. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Yeah, no hesitation there as we train our camera directly on him. Once this gets down the line, he's thinking 2 right out of the box, and he's able to beat the throw into second and leg out a double.
Bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in the strike zone.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. The throw home. And the run will score as the Cubs strike first to lead it 1-0. Chris Miller.
More the better as far as they're concerned. They'd like to get him out of here as quick as they can.
And a fastball misses there, ball 4. Here in the 4th.
Hey, give me stuff right here. Let's go.
Comes with the cutter, but this is hit high in the air out to left field. He'll put it away without much trouble, and the leadoff man is retired here in the 4th.
Off his bat. He's got a good pitch to hit, but now with the count even, I think this one has to be in the strike zone because you don't want to run the risk of loading the bases for the cleanup guy.
Now a second out.
Miller. Hey, we got Miller.
Now here's the first pitch. And he jolts this half inning to attention as the first pitch is hit into right field for a leadoff single.
You think he was looking for a fastball there? I think he was. That's about as hard a hit ball as you're going to see, and he was right on that one.
Went off.
Well, he's been brilliant so far, so why not see if he can take it the distance? It just doesn't happen these days very often.
And not the start they were hoping for, as the leadoff man is kept off base to start the night.
He turns on the rubber, the 2-2 home. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. The 2013 Red Sox are the world champions and Boston strong. Bedlam at Fenway Park as the Red...
It's been 100 years of baseball and counting at this place. And before we close in on first pitch, a look at the starting lineups here for the finale. And he singled and later scored his first time. Curveball swung on and hit in the air down the left field line. Miller is there and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. Chris Miller will stand in. Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. In his first appearance. And a fastball here is swung on and lifted in the air to left. Miller is there and he'll make the catch to retire the side. On top by a count of 6-0. First time. Swing and he shoots this one to first. But this is speared by the first baseman. Chris Miller.
That was a good time to swing for the fences.
And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. Chris Miller will stand in for the... Now the 0-1 is right back past him on the mound, and it's going to keep on going into center field. It's a base hit.
Here's the throw to the plate. It is not in time, and that is the ball game. Unbelievable.
A good look there at the familiar ivy-covered walls of Wrigley Field on the north side of Chicago. And before we get too much further, here's a look at each manager's starting lineup here for the opener. Chris Miller will stand in. And he swings and lifts an easy fly ball into shallow center field. And Reyes will put this one away, and the side is retired. And he gets under a curveball that time as this is lifted in the air out to left. Miller is there, makes the catch, and the Chris Miller.
Haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
Oh, meanwhile, my goodness, that ball caught him pretty good out there on the mound. And oh, the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, and he'll reach it first.
Well, that's a tough chance there, but it's one he's got to make. You'll see the bare hand pickup. Sometimes you don't get a real good grip on the ball. You get it a little too deep into your palm.
First time. Now a slider that swung on and hit in the air out toward left. And this is handled easily, so quickly two are gone here to start the fifth.
Here at Wrigley, he'll take a look at those.
Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground to second. Look at the stop from a knee. He gets him. What a play.
Yeah, that's very nicely done right there, especially with the speed heading down that first baseline. Once he makes the diving stop, he knows he's going to have to get rid of this thing in a hurry. So he just pops up to one knee, and then Chris
Miller will stand in, and they... Now here's a ground ball that'll get by the mound and into center field for a leadoff single.
A good job there of making a two-strike adjustment. Very compact there. He uses the middle of the field, and this just finds its way into center for a base hit.
To have 4,000 hits, he does it in the first inning, and the Yankees come out of the dugout to congratulate him for a great achievement. In Japanese, David, they would say omedeto, which is congratulations.
2-2 the count. Catch, and the Brewers win. Here's Luis Cruz. He has flied out and struck out. Manny Machado, foul territory, long throw.